This is a special report from Aviation War Room. Breaking news just in.
Gargi joins me on this conversation. Gargi, day 24, huge update coming in from Washington.
And Shiv, a huge relief perhaps to the...
Because he's had very good and productive conversations with Iran. He says the tone and tenor of the conversations have been very, very positive.
Gargi joins me on this conversation.
Gargi, day 24, huge update coming in from Washington.
And Shiv, a huge...
And very good news, as you said, we are waiting to see what Iran's reaction to this will be, but we are hoping for some good news on that front because...
And also there's genuine fears about, the safety, the energy security of the entire world.
Fear is...
On the threatened strikes on energy infrastructure that Trump had said that he would be hitting if the Gulf of Hormuz was not cleared.
By tomorrow morning India time, at about 4 or 5 a.m. India time was the deadline for Iran to basically clear the Strait of Hormuz and lift the blockade.
Or a 5-day moratorium on that particular plan. There still appears to be some ambiguity, I have to admit, on whether the other strikes will continue.
Strikes on military targets, we are forced to assume right now, Gargi, will continue as always.
Regarding a complete and total resolution of our hostilities in the Middle East. We're also joined by Nick Harper, who joins us from Washington.
Is it 5 days ceasefire? Is it 5 days before he strikes energy infrastructure in Iran? Well, that's right. There had been that impending deadline of years and threatened strikes against their energy infrastructure if they did not do so. This new post on social media seems to suggest that that is now suspendable. The opportunity for the U.S. to strike that energy infrastructure is now off the table. The U.S. president reporting very good and productive conversation.
Nick, it would appear, we still don't know the details of how this was arrived at, but I think it would be reasonable to assume that the Gulf states may have rung the alarm bell.
Told about strikes on infrastructure relating to the power grid in Iran, probably triggering even more deadly attacks on oil and gas infrastructure in the...
there is certainly that possibility. What we do know behind the scenes, key allies in the region, Gulf state allies of the United States, have become increasingly frustrated with President Trump's desire to continue this conflict. The stakes couldn't be higher for the Gulf states. And really from 2 points of view. One, that it puts them in more danger. We've already seen Iran strike neighboring countries in the Gulf region and carry out those strikes primarily against U.S. bases, but also striking civilian targets within those neighboring countries as well. The second reason is that rising global crisis that we're seeing with the price of oil simply going up and up. And that is causing a huge headache for many of those Gulf states who are oil producers themselves and are seeing prices rise. But also the possibility of exporting that oil through the Strait of Hormuz or being able to import it if it's something that they do so. The world's most
vicious, and therefore we are seeing energy prices around the world rise, and it's worried the Gulf nations, but also other U.S. allies.
Who are seeing prices rise, and that, of course, has a huge impact on consumers, not just here in the United States, not just in the Gulf region, but right around the world.
So a 5-day pause, as you said, Gargi. This is the first breakthrough we've had in 24 days.
A fragile peace begins.
First, and very good news, as you said, we are waiting to see what Iran's reaction to this will be, but we are hoping for some good news on that front.
There still appears to be some ambiguity, I have to admit, on whether the other strikes will continue. While the power plants are safe, the tactical map remains active.
Will continue as always. But at this point of time, going by the very specific claims made in this post, the strikes on energy infrastructure are off.
And the price of oil, Gargi, we are already seeing a slight dip as the market reacts to this de-escalation.
Absolutely, Shiv.
The 48-hour deadline to clear the Strait of Hormuz has been replaced by a 120-hour diplomatic window.
For the latest on Gulf War 3.0 and global defense, stay tuned to Aviation War Room. The war for information never stops.
The engines are hot. The crews are ready. But for 5 days, the world breathes.
Stay with us. Aviation War Room. Always alert. Always first.
Stealth assets remain on standby. The silent guardians of epic fury wait for the next command.
A pause isn't a retreat. We've still got 2 carrier groups within striking distance.
The Navy doesn't blink just because the phones are ringing.
Market volatility eases as the 5-day window offers a reprieve for global energy traders.
Beyond the politics and the hardware, millions of lives hang in the balance of these 5 days.
Day 24 ends with a whisper, not a bang. We are the Aviation War Room. Stay vigilant.